Okay, we are back with more Let's Play Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, and this is the start of Chapter 18. You have done excellent work, Ike. And, yep, this is being done in post-commentary. Thanks to you, the wound that has scarred Begnan for many long years can finally begin to heal. As promised, Begnan now offers its support to Crimea's restoration. However, Prime Minister Sefran has yet to return, which limits the reinforcements I can provide. Be that as it may, what troops I can spare awaits your command. Use them as you see fit. I understand, thank you. That's good news, isn't it, Princess Valencia? Yes, it is. This has taught me a valuable lesson. Our land needs the Laguz. Okay. I also believe that Bjork and Laguz need each other to survive. The previous apostle, my grandmother, was desirous of such a world, as were my own parents. Alright. Princess Valencia, your father, King Raymond of Crimea, was a true pioneer in the area of Bjork-Laguz relations. In the very near future, I will give the Imperial Senate a few suggestions on achieving a fully integrated society. I doubt the road will be easily traveled, but I can no longer turn a blind eye to these issues. Princess Valencia, you must rebuild Crimea. If you are successful, we will join forces and change the world. Empress Sanaki, your vision surpasses even my own. My father would be so pleased to hear your words. Looks like you're through with me. I'll wait outside until you're finished talking. Hold, I'm most definitely not through with you. Uh-oh. What did I do now? You're as impudent and as impatient as ever. Heed me, Ike. If you are to help lead the Crimean Liberation Army, you must be given a more appropriate title. What do you mean, Sanaki? What do you mean? If you're talking about making me a noble, I'll decline, thanks. That's not my kind of thing. You are not in a position to refuse. Giving some nameless mercenary control of Begnan's troops would be problematic, and more importantly, it would affect the troops. You will resign yourself to this and receive peerage from Princess Valencia. Okay, what? No. Oh, come on, Ike. I'm sorry about this. If you're absolutely opposed, I won't force you. No, I have to do what's necessary. What am I supposed to do now? Put on a funny hat or something? Huh. Will you lend me your sword? Okay. Now may I ask you to kneel before me? Okay. In the name of House Crimea, I hereby grant you the title and rank of Lord and all the honors it conveys. Rise, Lord Ike. Alright, Ike is now a lord. He can get experience again, and he becomes even more of a badass. It is done. What an odd feeling. Now your cape's a different color. Aha, your new rank suits you. I completely agree. Thanks for your random input, Sigrun. I suppose not that it matters to me. Okay, well, map screen. Western Begnan is home to a great forest. At one time, these woods were home to the Kingdom of Syrians and ruled by the Heron clan of the bird tribes. Following the Syrians' massacre, the forest lost its color and vitality. Some said it was the sorrow of the goddess made real. For 20 long years, the devout citizens of Begnan trembled in shame and loathing over the crime they had committed. The Begnan Empress, Apostle Sanaki, stepped forward as representative of her countrymen. Kneeling before the surviving Huron prince and princess, she gave voice to the apology of her people. She spoke not as one nation to another, but as neighbors on the same continent. The massacre was unforgivable. However, hatred breeds hatred, and if the cycle of grief and anger is not broken, it will continue for time without end. It was with this in mind that the Hurons accepted the apostles' apology. And so it was that Syrian's forest was returned to its former glory. Afterward, as payment for Ike's service, Princess Alencia gained the services of a regiment of Begnian army regulars. Though of common birth, Ike receives peerage from the princess and is given command of the army. As the first snow of the season falls, the newly commissioned General Ike takes control of the Crimean Liberation Army. He leads it toward the knife-edged mountains that mark the border between Begnian and Dayan. And there is our chapter screen. Chapter 18, Crimea Marches. Oh, asshole. So they left Begnian, have they? According to our spy, they marched with a regiment of Begnian's army. They planned to take a land route through the Dayan and then into Crimea. They plan to cut across Dayan. With nothing more than a single regiment at whose core is a tattered band of ragtag mercenaries. You better watch your mouth. Gawain's son leads this rabble, yes? How does he stand up to his father's legacy? He doesn't. He's just a boy, not yet worthy of his father's name. Oh, disappointing. Though his skill with the blade is rough, there is something uncanny about him. People seem to be drawn to him. And not just Begnian's apostle either. He's also gained the trust of the Syrian survivors and of King Phoenicius as well. The Hurons are alive? What? It appears that 2 members of the royal family survived. Look at how nicely the table's been set for us. Bring one of them to me. I care not which one. I want the medallion as well. As you wish. Once we cross that great wall, we'll be in Dayan. Look there, atop that building, Dayan Wyvern Riders on patrol. They won't be happy to see us. Tell me, General Ike, have you faced Wyvern Riders in combat? Only a few times. I got the impression that the Killers Ravens were the more dangerous foe. If that's your impression, then you have yet to fight true Wyvern Riders. What do you mean? I have no way of judging the ones we see here, but I know another unit, one that was attached to Begnian's Temple Guard. They had their reasons for leaving, but the important thing to remember is that they were exceedingly powerful. Which explains why the apostles sent you to accompany us. That's right. Pegasus Knights fare better against Wyvern Riders. Fares better than most, against Wyvern Riders. We know the skies as well as they do. Yeah, I prefer to keep my feet on the ground, thank you. Can I entrust the flying business to you? Of course, we'll bring honor to the name of the... Okay. I guess I didn't read that. Ike, I'd like to report... Alright, here is the report. Nefni was the MVP. Alright, awesome. No casualties, none of that shit, so let's go to the base. And what do we have to do here? So yeah, this is being done with post-commentary, and not because of anything really bad or anything, so this is going to be the only one. I have, like, I don't even know. I have several chapters recorded right now. And, yeah. So, this is being done with post-commentary because I lost the audio for this one part, and I record this separately, the intro to the chapters, I guess, separately from the rest of the chapter. So, luckily, it is just this part that I lost the audio on. So, no worries about future parts being in post-commentary. Alright, we are doing info conversations, though, and that one was 2-star, and now we have 1-star conversations. Always fun to have these. But now we are talking to Tanith. I thought you... Okay, yeah. Well, did I read this or not? Truth be told, I've never fought him either. Okay, I didn't. I guess I was rambling on about something right now. I did read this. You see, a plague had struck the capital, spreading out to affect the surrounding region of Navassa and beyond. Ashnur was crowned the year after the great tragedy had subsided. In the entire history of Teleus, no calamity has claimed the lives of so many Bjork and Lagoos, not since the Great Flood. 2 years before, it struck Begnion, and the entire population of Syrians was nearly obliterated. The year after that, close to 1,000 Bjork nobles and peasants alike perished in Dayan. Nobles, you say, so the royal family fell victim to this plague as well. Yes, the reigning king and queen and some 20 or so princes and princesses fell ill, and everyone who fell ill perished. For a time, the people despaired of losing the entire royal bloodline of Dayan. It seemed that none would survive, and yet Ashnur survived. He did. It was quite interesting in a sense. You see, his name was never mentioned in any talk of succession before that time. He was of such a distant bloodline that he was unlikely to be king. In another place, though, his name was already well known. Where was that? On the battlefield. As you know, Dayan is home to many brave warriors. At the time, the then Prince Ashnur was said to have been a match for an entire troop of Pegasus Knights. Begnion and Dayan both keep close watch over their borders, and their patrols fought in many skirmishes. Although there was no war to speak of, these land disputes did end with Dayan claiming a small portion of Begnion's soil. It would be no exaggeration to say this was solely due to the strength of one man, Ashnur. Okay, Ike is speechless. Forgive me, I've spoken longer than I intended. It's about time we get back to... okay. Understood. Alright, so last one with Tormod. Ike, which troop shall we fall in with? Okay, Tormod Morum, I know I've asked you many times. Alright, I must not have read this. So I guess I'll just ramble on. So, like I said earlier, lost the audio to this one. That's why it's in post-commentary. I must have read this because I'm going through the text slowly. But, this is the only part that will have post-commentary, so don't worry. And... that's right. The apostle has promised to press her investigation, and so there's no reason for you to continue fighting, is there? You don't owe me anything. We're gonna help you fight. Okay. To be perfectly frank, I would be willing to beg. This is why I don't like doing post commentary. I don't remember what I've done, and no support conversations. Okay. Well, I'm gonna end. I think I end the part here. So. I will see you guys in the rest of Chapter 18, and we will leave the base in the next part. So, thank you for watching. I will see you then.